Hello dear Crusader Kings III players. It has been a long time since I recorded my last video, and thanks to your lovely and encouraging comments, I decided to make another video of medieval dynasties that survived over centuries and present even today. Then I find out that there are two surviving dynasties that share a claim of descent from a semi-mythological king-prophet, David. In addition to that, I realized that developers of CKIII referred to those claims in the new DLC they released a month ago. In the video, I'm going to present you two dynasties that claim descent from David of Israel, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you how their mythological claims are included in the game. Let us start with the first dynasty I want to present you, Bagratuni or Bagrationi. Although both of them are quite ancient, there are two different stories for the origin of the house. One of them is a purely mythological story, in which a descendant of David, the king of Israel and prophet, traveled to the Caucasus and intermarried with the ruling family Guaramids. From this intermarriage, a son named Bagrat was born, and the dynasty got its name, the Sons of Bagrat. On the other hand, we start to see the family in historical records during the 8th century, just 1 century before we can start to play Crusader Kings III. The family intermarried with the previous rulers of Georgia, and with the extension of them, they rose to power. We can easily understand that claiming a descent from a prophet, which was very common during the Middle Ages, strengthens the rule of the houses and allows them to pursue expansionist ideas. Probably the same thing occurred for the Bagrationi dynasty, who adopted the tradition of claiming descent from David during the 11th century. For sure, it worked and strengthened the Bagrationi rule for a millennium. The dynasty ruled Georgia until the early 19th century, starting from previously stated 8th century. During this millennium, they experienced a golden age, extending their realm from Northern Caucasus to Asia Minor, and a downfall which exterminated their golden age, the Mongol invasion. After this downfall, the principalities of Georgia ruled as autonomous subjects of many different major powers, including Ottomans and Persia, until the 18th century. During the mid-18th century, they used the instability of Persia to revolt and declare the independence of Georgia, and the house Bagrationi crowned as a king once again. Even though they waited quite a long time for their independence, it didn't last long, and Russian Empire occupied Georgia, terminating the Bagrationi rule completely at the year 1800. Even though their rule was ended, the family lived in exile for 200 years, and their descendants survive today. House Bagrationi is a playable house in both of the starting dates of Crusader Kings III. In 867 start, Prince Tornik of Georgia or Prince Ashot of Armenia is playable. Even though I couldn't find a strong evidence, it is believed that Armenian Bagratuni house is a cousin to Georgian Bagrationi, which is why we see them as a single dynasty in the game. Also, during 1066 start, you can play as King Bagrat of Georgia, who rules a unified Georgia just before the golden age of Bagrationi I previously mentioned. Playing as King Bagrat is very useful to start legends and maintain them, because he has quite stable economy, which I will mention at the end of the video. Before we continue with the Solomonic Dynasty, would you like to subscribe to my channel? I'm creating content about strategy games including Hearts of Iron IV and Dream World, and you might like the other videos in my channel if you've watched this until this moment. Also, your subscriptions are the main motivation behind my work, and we are at the doors of being 1K subscribers right now. Now, we can continue with the second dynasty that claims descent from David, the Solomonic Dynasty. The Solomonic Dynasty was founded during 13th century, when Yekuno Amlak, an Ethiopian noble, overthrew the previous rulers and claimed that he was a descendant of the rulers of the kingdom of Aksum, which was controlling the region for a millennium, starting from 150 BC to 960 AD. It is possible that he might be one of those nobles of Aksumite royal house, but during the 14th century, they commissioned a national epic claiming that Queen Makeda of Ethiopia, who was a figure in Hebrew Bible, had a son from King Solomon, who was the son of mythological King David, and their son Menelik was the first emperor of Ethiopia. According to 14th century legend, Menelik founded the Solomonic Dynasty, who ruled Ethiopia for 3,000 years, with some small gaps like the period between Kingdom of Aksum and Yekuno Amlak. Although there are no concrete evidence to support that neither kings of Aksum were descendants of David, nor that Yekuno Amlak was a descendant of kings of Aksum, without a doubt, the Solomonic Dynasty, founded by Yekuno Amlak, ruled Ethiopia for a millennium, until 1974, when Haile Selassie, the last king of Ethiopia, was overthrown by a coup d'etat. Also, if you're interested, the last king of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie, is a playable character in Hearts of Iron 4, and with the By the Blood Alone DLC, Ethiopia is definitely a must-play country now. With this new regime that overthrew the Solomonic throne, many members of the royal family were either executed or forced to exile. Similar to Bagrationi dynasty, the members of the Solomonic dynasty still survive today, and some of them returned to Ethiopia after 1990s. To play a Solomonic ruler, you can choose Ambas of Abyssinia in 867 start, or Zare of Tigre in 1066 start. Both of these dynasties, Bagrationi and Solomonic, are able to start a unique legend called Sons of David with the Legends of Dead DLC. For trying the new mechanics of DLC, these dynasties might be the best ones because they start with a unique legend seed and can expand easily to form a stable and powerful economy to ensure that you can spread the legend, Sons of David. Also, some of them have those powerful economies even at the start. And that was the end of the video. If you liked my content and want to see more, do not forget to subscribe. Also, I'd like to hear your own experiences with those dynasties in CKIII or in real life. Therefore, do not hesitate to share them in the comments down below. For now, goodbye.